All right, today we're going to get right into one of the most important things you can ever work on. And I don't mean your job or your career, I mean you. Because, let's be honest, everything you want out of life is tied to the person you're becoming. So if you're ready to stop just thinking about it and actually start doing something, we've got a super simple, actionable 30-day framework to get you going. Let's dive in.
You know, this whole journey really boils down to a choice between two kinds of people. On one hand, you've got the person who waits. They're always waiting for motivation to hit, for the perfect time, for someone to come along and help them out. And then you've got the person who just works. They get to it even when they don't feel ready, when things are slow, and especially when nobody is watching. And trust me, after a year, the lives of these two people look completely different. And it's not about luck, it's all about that one fundamental choice.
Okay, but before we can even talk about a plan or a framework, we have to lock in the single most important mindset shift. I mean it. This is the foundation for everything else. Without this piece, no strategy, no plan, no hack is ever going to stick.
And here it is. You have to stop blaming. It's so easy to blame your past, your circumstances, other people, but every single time you do that, you're literally just giving away your power to change anything. Now here's the critical difference. Your situation might not be your fault, and that's totally valid, but improving it, that is 100% your responsibility. The second you truly accept that, you stop waiting for someone to save you and you start taking action. You take the control back.
So, once you've taken that responsibility, you're officially in the driver's seat. The big question then becomes, what do you actually do? So let's shift from that foundational mindset to the practical daily steps you can start taking like today. This is your 30-day productivity plan.
And this is the question that just paralyzes so many people, right? That feeling of being totally overwhelmed is real. You want to fix everything at once, your health, your career, learn a new skill, and because you're trying to do everything, you end up doing nothing. So the secret is to stop trying to dig 10 different holes that are only 1 foot deep. Instead, we're going to focus on digging one single hole 100 feet deep. And we're going to do it with a really simple 3-part daily structure.
Here are your 3 non-negotiables for the next 30 days. First, you're going to protect 90 minutes for your single most important task. This is your deep work block. That means no phone, no email, no distractions. Second, you have to complete one hard thing. This is about training your brain to stop running away from discomfort. It builds that discipline muscle. And third, invest 30 minutes in a new skill. And this isn't just mindless scrolling. No, this is deliberate practice. I'm talking focused reading where you actually take notes, or trying to solve a new coding problem, or actively studying a language. This is your daily investment in who you want to be.
Now, here's the thing you absolutely have to remember. It is not about intensity, it is all about consistency. You don't master a skill by grinding for 8 hours one Saturday. You master it by showing up for 30 minutes every single day. Think of it like this. These small actions are like drops of water on a rock. You know, one drop does absolutely nothing, but thousands of drops over time, they can carve a canyon. Your daily habits work in the exact same way.
And to make this all real, you've got to track it. But don't worry, the system is incredibly simple. All you need are 3 little metrics. Did you do your 90-minute deep work block? It's a simple yes or no. Did you finish your one hard thing? Yes or no. How many minutes did you practice your new skill? Just write down the number. See, this isn't about being perfect. It's about creating awareness and holding yourself accountable. Just the simple act of tracking makes your progress feel real and tangible.
Okay, let's talk about the moment where most people quit. And it's not usually at the beginning when you're all fired up and excited. Nope, it's in the middle, when you've been putting in the work day after day, but you're just not seeing the results yet. This is what we call the inevitable slump. I want you to think about boiling a pot of water. You put it on the stove. At 20 degrees Celsius, nothing's happening. At 70 degrees, still nothing. Even at 99 degrees, it just looks like hot water. It can feel like all that energy, all that effort was for nothing. But then, at 100 degrees, everything changes. A total transformation. It boils. See, your effort was never wasted at 70 or 80 or 99 degrees. It was building up, accumulating. Most people quit at 99 degrees, right before the big breakthrough. Your progress is always happening, even when you can't see it. And during that slump, you are going to feel discomfort. It's going to feel hard, it might feel boring and repetitive, and this is where you have to flip a switch in your head. Discomfort is not a problem. It's not a red flag telling you to stop. It's a green light. It is a signal that you are pushing your limits, that you're learning something new, and that you are actually growing. The stuff that feels hard in the beginning, those are the things that become your greatest strengths if you just stick with it.
So, why are we even doing all this stuff? Protecting time, doing hard things, tracking it all? It's not really just about being more productive, is it? All of these small actions are building towards something so much bigger, so much more meaningful. We're talking about changing your identity by building real, actual self-respect.
So, what is self-respect really? It's actually incredibly simple. It's the trust you have in yourself. It's that feeling of knowing that when you say you're going to do something, you do it, period. And every time you check off those 3 daily actions, your deep work, your hard thing, your skill practice, you're casting a vote. You're sending a little signal to your own brain that says, hey, I can be trusted. I am someone who follows through.
And this is how you build it, literally brick by brick. By just keeping the small promises you make to yourself, by finishing what you start, even when it gets boring and you want to quit, by not lying to yourself with excuses, and by refusing to run away from difficult tasks. Look, these aren't some grand, heroic acts. They are small, daily acts of integrity that compound over time into an identity that is absolutely unshakable.
You know, in the end, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems, of your habits. Every single day is a choice. Every small action you take is a vote for the person you want to become. You're either investing in yourself or you're wasting yourself. There really is no middle ground. So the only question left to ask is, what will your vote be tomorrow?